"You missed a spot," she sneered as she dropped a crumpled paper bag onto the ground right at his feet. The poor man bent to pick it up, his hands rough from long days of sweeping the street. He looked up at her for just a moment, his eyes calm, but steady before lowering his head again. She smirked, turning to her friends. "See how quickly they bow when you remind them where they belong." Laughter echoed as they walked away, leaving him in the dust. The man straightened slowly, trash bag in hand, his lips pressed tight against the sting of their words. He had learned long ago that silence often spoke louder than anger. Still, the insult clung to him as he worked through the night. The next morning, the young woman strutted into his sleek office. Tower her heels clicking against the marble floor, she tossed her hair confidently, ready to start her first day at her new job. But when she stepped into the conference room, her laughter died cold. The man from the street stood at the head of the table in a tailored suit, his posture commanding every corner of the room. Her throat tightened as he spoke to the gathered staff. "Welcome our new hire." Then his eyes found hers, pausing just long enough to freeze her in place. His voice sharpened. "Believe respect is the foundation of this company. Without it, you cannot stay." Her face burned as she realized the man she had mocked with trash was not only here, but was the one who now held her future in his hands. Her legs felt heavy as she lowered herself into a chair, her heart pounding louder than the ticking clock on the wall. The man in the suit glanced down at his notes, but his words were aimed straight at her. "Yesterday I was invisible. Today I am your employer." The staff shifted uneasily, sensing the storm beneath his calm tone. She tried to smile, her voice faltering. "I didn't know who you were." He raised his eyes, steady, cutting through her excuse. "That's exactly the problem. Respect isn't given because of who people are on paper. It's given because of who they are as human beings." Whispers floated across the table as her cheeks burned red. She fumbled with her pen, unable to hide her shame. He leaned forward, hands clasped on the polished surface of the table. "If you cannot show dignity to those you think are beneath you, you have no place in a company built on trust." Her throat tightened. She wanted to speak, but no words came. Only the memory of her laughter on the street echoing like a slap against her pride. The other employees avoided her gaze, while all eyes remained fixed on the man she once called poor. For the first time she realized the trash she threw yesterday had never touched him. It had landed squarely on her own name. The silence in the room grew unbearable. As he closed the folder in front of him with deliberate calm, his gaze never left her face. "You thought I was beneath you because of dirt on my hands. But the truth is those same hands built what you now sit in." She flinched as if struck, the weight of his words pressing heavier than any title. Her chest tightened, her voice trembling. "I was foolish. I didn't mean—" He raised a hand, cutting her off. "Meaningless excuses don't erase choices. The people you humiliated yesterday could be the ones who decide your tomorrow." The staff exchanged glances, some nodding quietly, as if they too carried scars of her arrogance. Her eyes brimmed with shame, her fingers twisting around the pen she hadn't written a single word with. He leaned back, his tone steady but merciless. "This company is more than glass walls and polished floors. It is respect. It is humility. Without those you will not last a day." She swallowed hard, her pride shattering under the weight of his calm authority. For the first time in her life, she saw wealth that no money could buy. The wealth of dignity and resilience forged through struggle. She lowered her head, whispering barely audible, "I understand," but he wasn't done. His words lingered like a blade. "One day you may thank me for this lesson because it may save you from destroying not just a career, but yourself." The man rose from his chair, his presence filling the room more than wealth or titles ever could. He walked slowly around the table, stopping behind her, where her shoulders stiffened under the weight of silence. His voice came low, but steady. "Yesterday, you threw trash at me because you thought I was nothing. Today you sit in my company and realize who truly had nothing. It wasn't me." Her breath hitched, shame flooding her chest. Her friend's laughter from the street echoed cruelly in her memory, but now it mocked no one but her. The man continued, "You will stay here only if you learn that respect is not selective. You give it to all, or you give it to none. And if you can't, you will walk out of this building and never return." Her eyes filled with tears, but this time she did not argue. Pride had no place left to hide. She whispered, "Thank you for giving me a chance." His tone softened. "Just slightly. I don't give chances, I give mirrors. What you see in it now is up to you." The staff watched in silence as the once proud daughter of privilege bowed her head before the man she once mocked. For the first time she understood that true power was not in humiliating others, but in rising above humiliation with grace. If this story moved you, share it, so others never forget that one selfless act can rewrite a destiny in ways no one sees coming.